Hey guys, it's Ash and welcome back to another month, meaning new meta tier list for July. As always, I'm going to be updating you guys on what the best and worst brawlers are in the current meta for this month. We've got a bunch of new balance changes and the new brawler alley. We also have 5 new hypercharges for Lumi, Draco, Doug, Shade, and Bonnie. And we're going to talk about their impact and rise in the meta as well. So starting off with the worst brawlers, the 1-star brawlers, we've got Clancy, Meeple, Jesse, Sam, Pam, and Ems. Guys, all of these brawlers are struggling mightily in this meta right now. They have very little play rate, very few people playing them at high ranges, as well as very low win rates on top of that. And they're they're almost never played in competitive tournaments or pro leagues. These brawlers are just absent at the top right now. They're not bad. For example, a brawler like Pam can be pretty decent in certain areas like gem grab. Ems is pretty decent on maps with lots of bushes. Overall, really struggling because it's a very aggro meta, guys. Very aggressive, high pace, powerful brawlers with speed, and with a bunch of new brawlers that have been added to the game, like Kaze, for example, Ali, all of these assassins, just adding to the aggression in this meta. Kenji, of course. All of these brawlers are really making these brawlers tough on them. Moving on to the 2-star brawlers. These are a little better, but are still struggling in most areas in this meta. We have 8-Bit, Sandy, Kit, Sprout, Lola, Surge, Dynamite, Mo, Colt, Edgar, Fang, Rosa, BB, Gale, Chuck, Shelly, Leon, and Maisie. A lot of these brawlers, they're very niche dependent. Sometimes they're gonna be great in one area, but really bad in other areas. For example, Chuck. Chuck is insanely good in heist for base racing directly to the safe, but struggles elsewhere. Whereas a brawler like Sandy has kind of lost a lot of his luster to other brawlers like Kaze, who has now pretty much outclassed him in every range, aggression, and then a super that conceals the enemy, blinds them, offers a lot more. So Sandy has fallen a lot. He doesn't have the range or the power. This is a very, like I said, very aggressive meta, guys. High power tanks and assassins roaming at the top, making it really hard for these brawlers. Like a brawler like Sprout, really struggling against other throwers as well, and the aggression of this meta. Surge has fallen so much in this meta, guys, all the way down to 2 stars now. Ever since his nerf, he's been having a hard time upgrading and not being a liability on your team. Brawler like Dynamite also struggling a lot because of all the powerful assassins and hypercharged tanks, the very speedy meta. All of these brawlers, guys, in the 2 stars are really struggling because of that. A lot of them don't have the DPS, don't have the agility, don't have the power to compete, or are basically outclassed. A brawler like Leon getting outclassed even more now thanks to a new brawler, Ali, who's just a better version of him now. Pretty crazy. Now let's move on to the 3-star brawlers. These are the mid-tier brawlers, the very balanced brawlers in the current meta. Not overpowered or not too weak in any sense. We have Spike, Nani, Tick, Mika, Willow, Otis, Grum, Primo, Larry and Laurie, Mortis, Pearl, Meg, Ruffs, RT, Max falling down, Poco falling down as well. We got Penny, Lou, Eve, Colette, Nita, Bonnie, and Crow. So a lot of these brawlers are quite matchup or game mode dependent. For example, a brawler like Grum, really strong on bounty, knockout, not much elsewhere. He can be a very risky brawler in this current aggressive meta with lots of assassins. You got brawlers such as Max and Poco who have fallen so much in this meta because you have better support options in Jay Young, for example, who has really dominated the top area right now as a support brawler, while you have a brawler like Lou, RT, tank counter brawlers like Colette. All of these brawlers have fallen heavily right now in the meta because you have other options that are really good, really strong options that we're going to talk about soon in the 5 stars. Now moving on to the 4-star brawlers, the A-tier brawlers. These are really good brawlers that you're going to commonly see in high tier, high league play, as well as pro players playing them pretty much every time. We've got Daryl, Bell, Squeak, Piper, Brock, Ash, Jackie, Melody, Barley, Mandy, Frank, Janet, Tara, Barry, Buzz, Stu falling down, Charlie moving up. We got Cordelius, Mr. P, Lily, Ollie, Rico, Griff, and Bull moving up. We gotta talk about Bull, guys. Bull, with his new rework, he has become one of the best tanks in the game. This is a very tank heavy, hypercharged meta, guys. Lots of aggression. That's why you also have other tanks here like Ash, Jackie, Frank, all these brawlers dominating. You got aggressive brawlers like Buzz as well. And now Cordelius moving up, who's a great counter to a lot of these tank brawlers as well as assassins. Cordelius recently got a buff to his health, so it helped out him a lot. Same with Charlie. Charlie is so strong right now, guys. Very strong brawler. She's got a range buff, so she has more range now, and she's a really good counter to a lot of these tanks and assassins in this meta. So she's become a top tier brawler now. Could even make it back to 5 stars, who knows, maybe by next month. Sharpshooters are also still very powerful, of course. Hyper, Bell, Brock, Mandy, all these sharpshooters are really strong options on bounty and knockout, guys. And we have to talk about Shade, who has made it to 4 stars now thanks to his newest hypercharge. Guys, Shade is gonna be a monster with that hypercharge. Imagine being even faster and stronger. He does max damage regardless of whether they're in that interior mid zone for his attack. It doesn't matter. He's gonna get max damage, boosted damage, and speed boost with that hypercharge. He's gonna be a monster on maps with lots of walls like Layer Cake, Pinball Dreams, Triple Dribble, Parallel Plays. There are a lot of maps that Shade can be very dominant in. So even against tanky matchups that he struggles against with his hypercharge, he could overcome that. Finally, at 5 stars, we have the best of the best brawlers in the current meta, guys. These are tearing it up at the top. We got Ali, Kaze, Gus, Hank, Carl, B, Jean, Buster, Chester, Angela, Gray, Juju, Amber, Jay Young, Lumi and her new hypercharge, still powerful. Kenji, still very powerful. Finks, Bo, Draco and his new hypercharge, and Doug and his new hypercharge. So when we're talking about high versatility, these are the brawlers that come up because they have high usage, very high in play rate, very high in win rate, and are just dominating in so many different facets of the game in so many various game modes and maps. A brawler like Kaze is the best assassin right now in the game next to Kenji, who is still powerful even after his hypercharge rate nerf. He is still so powerful once he gets that hypercharge. Brawler like Hank got a minor nerf to his shield gadget, but is still dominating in so many maps. Gus has the highest play rate in the entire game still. He's still dominating as one of the best mid brawlers, support brawlers in the game. Ali, the new brawler, is just so powerful, so dominant as a assassin. High damage, high speed, evasiveness with stealth. She's got invisibility, dash, and jump mechanic. All of these various mechanics together. She's just so dominant. Carl is still so powerful. So much versatility with his fire gadget, and then on top of that, his ability to deal so much damage from a distance. Jay Young is one of the best support brawlers right now in the meta as well. Constant speed and heal support. He has basically just by himself dropped so many other brawlers as a support in this meta. Brawler like Coco and Max have fallen so much right now in this meta, and that's because of Jay Young. He's basically a better version of those two brawlers with constant support for speed and heal. Bo is so powerful in this meta as well. He charges his super and hypercharge so fast, guys. All of these brawlers, even Lumi, who got a small range nerf, is still dominating here. So all these brawlers are still at 5 stars. Like last month, I think we had Kenji and Lumi at 6 stars. Well, no more 6 stars right now. We have 5 stars, dominant brawlers, but no brawler that's beyond powerful. Ali was there for a bit, but they did recently nerf Ali, so now she's more of a 5-star rather than 6-star brawler. We also got to talk about Doug and his rework, guys. He's moved up from 1 star all the way to 5 stars thanks to his new heal trait, new hypercharge, the ability to now charge his super and his hypercharge by healing himself and his teammates. So he gets that ability very quickly. His hypercharge is going to make him one of the deadliest brawlers in the game because he can not only support immortality, he can give a teammate a hot dog that can fully respawning back in that position, along with the ability to also deal additional damage from a distance with that hypercharge. He's going to be a menace in this meta, guys. One of the best brawlers. And then speaking of another top hypercharged new brawler, we got to talk about Draco. Draco is the newest aggressive tank with a hypercharge that's extremely deadly, guys. Long range attack, more power, more speed. He's got a last stand gadget that also gives him a second of immortality if it's too low, and then a super with the shredding star power that allows allows him to constantly heal back. On top of that, it's just so deadly to deal with. And finally, we got to talk about Bonnie and her hypercharge. Bonnie charges her hypercharge so fast, guys. Use her with the supercharge gear, you're gonna get her hypercharge even quicker. And what makes Bonnie so powerful, a 5-star brawler in this meta with that hypercharge, is that additional damage from afar. She can jump in, deal more damage with her hypercharge super, and then she can constantly cycle back. Now after her rework, she's able to cycle back to her tank form very quickly, heal back substantially. So she's gonna be a monster now, guys, in this very aggressive meta. So she's gonna fall right in here because she is a pretty aggressive brawler. Her ability to get her super with just 3 hits with that supercharge gear, guys. So there you have it, guys, the complete tier list of the best and worst brawlers in this current meta, from 1 star all the way to 5 stars. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments below any feedback you guys have. If you guys agree or disagree or anything, make sure to get these powerful hypercharges, guys. It's really worth the investment to get Draco's hypercharge, so overpowered, Doug's hypercharge, so overpowered, and Bonnie's hypercharge, that's really strong. I do expect a nerf for Doug and Draco's hypercharges because they're just a little too powerful in my opinion, but we'll have to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.